Hi. The last couple of videos we have checked out different semi-affordable alternatives where you get the most bang out of the buck. We've looked at DSL20, which is an amp made today, which has a really good price, and especially second hand. That's a lot of tone for the buck. I'm going to compare it today to another amp that is a really good bang for the buck. It's a 1980s Marshall D12. You know, the transistor or solid state amps Marshall made in the 1980s were really good, and it's still a really good bang for the buck. These are actually pretty different, so stick around for after the video, and we're going to discuss why I think you could put both these to good use. All right, I'm going to play it into a 112 with a 1970 Greenback with Pulsonic cone, and I'm going to use a Nordin Comet Krystin Guitar for it. So let's go and stick around for the discussion of the clip. I really liked both. The lead 12, I'm really playing it at the maximum amount of gain you can use without getting it mushy. So it's and if you compare it to the DSL20, you can add even more gain than we had here. On the other hand, the DSL20 can sound a bit cold if you bring it up too much. So it's not trivial which amp that is best at which tones. But I would say that the DSL20 is a really good JMP emulation, and the lead 12 is more kind of an earlier JTM45-like tone. Fizzier, of course, but still that kind of tone. Given how little these cost compared to other equipment, I think there is a good argument to use both these amps. I think the Lead 12 sounds rawer, more brutal, and the DSL20 is a bit slicker. Now the DSL20 is so much more versatile, of course. This is just one setting, but this is actually the only setting that I think is really world-class on the DSL20. I think in the beginning of the video I showed you the settings, but it is basically a question of having as little bass as possible. Not zero, because that becomes thin, but as little as possible. And then you should use the tone setting on the button. That I think it switches off the resonance. But I put the resonance down to 0. Resonance is a great function, but it won't take you into vintage Marshall territory, I think. Well, these are only my immediate reflections from having recorded this just now. Usually when I have the time to listen to the videos through some other speakers and through some other audio devices, I come to think completely different things. So, well, you have to take this at face value. Now I want to know what you think. What do you think these two tones are good for? Do you think they complement each other and so on? All right, cheers.